Do you believe dogs can reincarnate? I do, without a doubt. For probably about 15 years now, I've been doing readings on numerous pets that I've owned. I've used various people in the industry that are well known from various parts of the world, not just my area. I generally use 2 to 3 different people for one specific dog, just so I can compare the results. And it's usually very, very close. The Mastiff, Aragorn, was a dog that was born in my home in 2001. One of the first readings I had done on him was with a lady named Lauren Bode. You have to excuse me as it's really late here, and it's the only time I really get to do any of this stuff. She's very well known in the horse world, and she was stating things that she couldn't possibly know about him. Just things that you would have to really personally know the dog and myself to know, and she was stating those things. Now, Aragorn's been gone for, it'll be 9 years in May of 2021, and I had a couple readings on a few different dogs after his passing where I brought him up because I was curious, but I never expected that he would be coming back, and I wasn't even looking for him to come back. I was just pretty comfortable with the fact that it was over with. And then all of a sudden, I was constantly dreaming about him, constantly thinking about him, and for some reason almost crying about him every single day. And if you're somebody who knows me, you would think that me crying over a dog would be foolish, because most people think that I'm a pretty tough person. I don't cry about much of anything, but I cried a lot about this dog, and I couldn't understand why all of a sudden the fact that he was gone, and he'd been gone for 7, 8 years, all of a sudden there was all this pain about him being gone. I wasn't planning on getting another dog. I had stopped breeding dogs, training dogs, stopped everything to do with dogs. I just had my Dutch Shepherd, which is my personal protection dog, and I was quite happy like that. And then my daughter kept asking for a dog, and I finally agreed to it and told her it had to be a Chihuahua. Now, when Aragorn was a young dog, I used to rescue Chihuahuas that were going to be euthanized, and I would rehabilitate them and place them back into family homes. And I used to tell him back then that when he came back next time, to come back as a Chihuahua so he could sleep in my bed. And I absolutely, without a doubt, used to tell him that all the time. And then my daughter found a litter of puppies, and I picked a Chihuahua, and all sorts of things had gone on previous to her asking for the Chihuahua, and after I picked the puppy for her, and after the puppy arriving. My daughter used to have a chihuahua that was her shadow, and she had the dog from the time she was in diapers. And we lived on a farm, and she roamed off the property and got hit by a car. And after that, my daughter did not want to have another dog of her own. So when this little chihuahua was coming, when we were waiting for her to grow up and be ready to come home, I had a really, really strong suspicion that she was going to be one of the two dogs, either Aragorn or the little chihuahua Julie. But I kept having a feeling it was going to be Aragorn, but I was hoping it was going to be Julie. And so I decided to go have a reading done on her after I'd had her for over a year, because I was still confused as to which one of the two she was. She felt like she was my dog. I felt similar feelings that felt like it was him when she would be near me, that the energy was very, very similar. But I was hoping that it was going to be the other dog, because she was supposed to be my daughter's dog. However, things changed, and my daughter moved out on her own, as it was time for her to move on and do those things in life. And the little dog got left behind and became my dog. And yeah, that's her bugging for a ball right now. Now, these are just a few small clips from the reading that I had done with Lauren Bode. And for me, it confirmed what she was saying and what I thought was already true.
There we go. There's the little rat dog, right?
Yeah.
What's his name?
Squid.
Oh, of course. How old is Squid?
She's just over a year.
Okay. Are you going to keep her, or is she for sale?
No, she's staying.
Okay. Why would you sell her?
I don't know. No reason at all.
She was like, am I staying or am I for sale? Okay. She wants me to tell you that she loves you. Okay?
Okay.
And she doesn't want to be stolen. Okay? Wow. Was one of your dogs stolen?
A long time ago, but she may think that because I tell my daughter all the time to lock the house door because somebody might come in and steal her dog.
Oh, you just...
Now, I used to tell my daughter all the time to lock the house door, because we've lived in the place that I live in now for 7 years, and that's my daughter messaging me now, and never did we ever lock the door. Even if we were gone overnight, doesn't matter. And it was because Vivid, my Dutch Shepherd's in the house, and most people in this area know she's here, and we live in the most crime infested area of the town that I live in, and I've never had an issue. Nobody comes on this property, but I would tell her all the time to lock the door, because somebody's going to come in and steal your little dog.
You know, the dogs are listening, right?
Yeah.
Oh my God, that is funny. Okay.
Yeah.
Oh my God. I'm choking. Yeah. Okay. Okay. Yes. She wants me to tell you that she loves you. She's not feeling well. Okay?
Okay.
Don't know why she's not feeling well. She said her tummy is hurting her.
Okay.
Okay? Her tummy is hurting her. Yeah. So I asked her why is her... Do you want her to have puppies?
No.
Okay.
Oh, I think she's coming in heat.
Okay. So I'll tell her no?
Yeah. So she might be having
Okay.
cramps.
Oh. Okay. Okay. I think so.
Yeah.
Wow. Okay, hold on a minute. Just hold on. Let me see.
Now, Squid did come in heat. The following day, I was able to notice that she was spotting. So she was having cramps, and it was her very first heat.
It's just that she's so attached to you. I don't know. It's almost like if she has been in your life before, and she comes back, and she came back and to be with you.
Right.
Yeah. So I don't know. You would know who she is, right? I couldn't tell you that.
No way.
Yeah.
Well, see, I was gonna ask that because that was one of the things that I've been curious about. Because there's two dogs, and I can't figure out which one she is.
Yeah, she is. I don't even know if she's a dog. I'll tell you the truth. No. Yeah. Yeah. So there is. Yeah. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Yeah. But she has come back to you.
Now, these are just clips out of a very long conversation. I didn't want to record it all, so I just took clips.
Okay. Yeah. So one of them, but I don't know which one it is, but it's one of them. It's your heart dog. You asked her to come back to you, so. Right?
Okay.
Yeah. Wow.
Mhm.
And I had been asking him for the first time in probably 6-7 years that he had been gone. I had finally started asking him, almost to the point of begging him to come back.
But you knew that, huh?
Mhm.
Oh, yeah. It's very interesting how you know these things, right?
Yeah. Well, that dog, about probably 10 years ago, I told him that when he comes back, to come back as a chihuahua.
Oh.
So he
You
could,
did?
yes. So he could sleep in my bed and
Jesus Christ.
be closer because he was big and slobbery and just a big old dirty dog.
Mm-hmm.
And what happened is just maybe a few months prior to this dog, and we weren't planning for a dog. I started dreaming about him every night.
Mm-hmm.
And they were very, vivid dreams. And then I changed the screensaver on my phone to his photo. And he's been gone for almost 8 years. And I and I've never had his picture on my phone, and I don't even really have pictures on my phone, and I changed it to his photo. And then all of a sudden, my daughter said she wanted a dog, and I said, okay, but it has to be a chihuahua. And then she found a litter, and I spoke to the lady, and I picked the puppy I wanted by the one that was doing all sorts of things that were pretty advanced for its age. And then all of a sudden, I remembered telling him to come back as a chihuahua.
Oh, okay. Yeah, you could have told me all of that, right?
I know.
Yeah. Wow. Yeah. Okay. So anyhow, that was how she remembered it. right?
Yep.
And she's told you that, it's easy for them to say, how do I want to say? It's dog language, right?
Yes.
So, but she did try to tell you what she was, right?
Right. But I wasn't sure
Wow.
because my daughter had a dog that was a chihuahua that was very special to her, and she got hit by a car.
Jesus, yes, I know.
So I wasn't sure which one it was, but I had a
So
feeling it was one of those two.
This dog told me something about an accident, a girl and an accident and all kinds of things. Yeah.
Okay.
Wow. Holy moly. Jesus Christ, that is okay. Yeah, I don't know what to say. Right? I'm at a loss, right?
Right.
But it is your dog, right?
Yeah.
Wow. But you could have saved me all of that and tell me what it is. But it's okay.
Yeah.
Your dog said, your dog told you who she was, right?
Yeah. But I wasn't sure. I was like constantly going back and forth between the two of them. So that's why I didn't say anything. I wanted to see what she would say.
And she did say that. Yeah. Right?
Yeah.
Jesus mercy. Yeah. That is fantastic. I don't even know what to say. Well, I know what to say, right?
Yeah.
But that's so sweet to happen today of all days, right? Yeah. That is fantastic. Wow. Yeah. Wow. Huh. Oh, I'm just saying, well, I'm looking at her, I'm listening, I'm trying to find out how she did it, but she can't say how she did it. She said her mommy told her to come back, and she did. Yeah. Wow. Yep. There you go, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So you told your dog to come back, and she did. Right?
Yeah.
You don't need any more confirmation. Stop asking her silly questions and just love her. Oh my gosh. I don't even know what to tell you, honestly.
Yeah.
No, I don't know what to say. Yeah. That is beautiful.
Yeah.
That is fabulous. Yeah. All right, my dear. Well, let me know.
Okay, well, thank you.
How she's doing. Wow. That was quite a shock to my system today.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Yeah. But that's good. It's good that you didn't poo-poo it,
Yeah.
And you didn't say, well, I don't know if that could happen or things like that, because people ask their dogs to come back and then they say, oh, it was my imagination, right?
Yeah. Yeah. Well, I knew that it was going to be one of them before the puppy even came home, before I even saw the puppy. I just didn't know which one, and then I figured I'd know once she came, and I didn't know. But I knew it would be one of the two.
Yeah. Wow, that's amazing. That's absolutely amazing.
Yeah.
Yeah. Wow.
Now, I know some people don't believe, and that's totally okay. But when you experience it, which this is the second time I've experienced it, you know. Because if you were a blind person and you couldn't actually feel the size of the animal, when you compare the size of these two animals, the energy is exactly the same. Now, the personalities are not the same, Like, Aragorn was an incredible dog. Squid is an incredible dog. She is the smartest dog I've ever met. And from the moment I met her, even though she wasn't supposed to be my dog, and the first year of her life, I had very little contact with her, so she would bond with my daughter. I still felt overwhelming feelings for her. And when she touched me, her energy was very familiar. And now that my daughter has moved out, which it's been, I don't know, about 9-10 months, that has just been myself and the 2 dogs, I can see that she is my dog. As much as I wanted her to be my daughter's dog, I can tell that this one just isn't. And hopefully the next one will be. There was one thing that Aragorn loved out of every dog I've ever owned, and I've owned well over 1,000 dogs, probably close to 2,000 dogs, between dogs I've owned, bred, trained, rehabilitated. And Aragorn was the only dog that would come to me on a regular basis and back his body into me in a specific, exact way to get his massage. And we did it every day. And Squid, when she isn't in her crazy psycho chihuahua state, when she's in a nice, calm, mellow state, she does the exact same thing. Every day we have to do the massage. And she'll back right up to me. And her spots that she likes to have rubbed are the exact same spots. When every dog loves a massage, and they all have a different spot that they have as their preference for being touched. But these 2 dogs have the exact same preference. And I'd have to say, out of all the dogs I've had, at this point in time, probably Squid is the most loved dog by me. Even though part of me has guilt for saying that. But there is such a strong attachment to this dog that, in my opinion, I have no doubt that she isn't a reincarnation of Aragorn. As he was that dog. He was the dog that was perfect. And if I played the whole recording of Squid's reading, in the earlier part of the recording, Squid talked about the fact that she is perfect and that I tell her she is perfect. And truth is, she's far from perfect because she's a bit of an asshole. But when you remove that asshole layer of her, she is perfect. And Aragorn was a perfect, perfect dog. There was nothing that could be faulted about him. And I did ask him to come back as a Chihuahua.